1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumaira Kamal. The headlines first. Prime Minister is in Riyadh attending the Saudi Future Investment Initiative Summit and will hold consultations with his Saudi counterpart to further strengthen bilateral cooperation. Shehbaz Sharif has assured the nation of impartial and transparent investigation into the brutal killing of Arshad Sharif through a judicial commission. China welcomes Financial Action Task Force's decision of removing Pakistan from its grey list. Prime Minister's advisor on Kashmir affairs says Pakistan always stands by oppressed Kashmiris in the struggle for their right to self-determination, highlighting it at world fora. Veteran Hurriyat leader, ex-chairman All-Party Hurriyat Conference and chairman Ittihadul Muslimin Maulana Abbas Ansari passed away in Srinagar today. Israeli forces martyred 6 Palestinians in raids in the occupied West Bank today. In the ICC Men's T20 World Cup at Perth, Sri Lanka set a victory target of 158 runs for Australia. And now the news in details. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is addressing Saudi Future Investment Initiative Summit in Riyadh at the moment. Shehbaz Sharif is visiting the kingdom at the invitation of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz. During his stay in Riyadh, the Prime Minister will also hold consultations with Saudi Crown Prince to review the long-standing fraternal relations and further strengthen the multifaceted cooperation, especially in the economic field. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has announced to constitute a judicial commission to investigate the killing of journalist Arshad Sharif. In a video message, he said a formal request will be made to a judge of the Islamabad High Court in this regard. The Prime Minister said endorsement of the cabinet will also be sought. He further assured the nation of an impartial and transparent investigation into the tragic incident. He said findings of the probe will be shared with the public. China has welcomed the decision of the Financial Action Task Force to remove Pakistan from its grey list. During his regular briefing, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said this shows international support and recognition of Pakistan's effort to firmly follow its political commitment to improve its anti-money laundering and anti-terror financing system over the past 5 years despite the difficulties. He said China looks forward to Pakistan's positive contributions to advancing international counter-terrorism cooperation and protecting the security of the international financial system. Governor Punjab Mohammad Baleegul Rahman has expressed gratitude to the government of France for supporting Pakistan regarding GSP Plus status. Talking to Ambassador of France Nicolas Gailly in Lahore today, he expressed hope that France will continue to support Pakistan on GSP Plus status. The Punjab governor also thanked the French ambassador for helping the flood victims. Speaking on the occasion, the ambassador of France said that trade with Pakistan will be promoted in the various sectors. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa cabinet has decided to construct a dam on River Swat to cultivate barren land and overcome floods. The cabinet meeting was held in Peshawar today with Chief Minister Mahmood Khan in the chair. Briefing the media about cabinet decisions, Special Assistant to Chief Minister Barrister Muhammad Ali Saif said the cabinet approved around 1,500 million rupees for the provision of honorarium to the local government representatives. The Special Assistant said the cabinet agreed to focus on rehabilitation of the damaged infrastructure across the province from the devastating floods. The provincial cabinet asked the federal government to release 10 billion rupees announced for the flood affectees to ensure early compensation to the flood victims. Pakistan's High Commissioner to Canada Zahir A. Janjua met with the Canadian Minister of Housing and Diversity and Inclusion Ahmed Hussain in Ottawa and discussed ways to further strengthen multidimensional Pak-Canada partnership. This is Radio Pakistan. Prime Minister's advisor on Kashmir Affairs and Gilgit-Baltistan, Qamar Zaman Kaira, says the current situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir is unacceptable. Addressing an event in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan has always stood by oppressed Kashmiri people in their legitimate right and struggle for right to self-determination and consistently raised the issue at different international fora. He said this lingering dispute is alive because of the blood being rendered by the Kashmiri people in the illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The advisor further said an economically and democratically strong Pakistan is imperative to effectively plead the case of Kashmiris. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, former chairman of All Parties Hurriyat Conference, Maulana Abbas Ansari, passed away after a prolonged illness at his Nawakadal residence in Srinagar today. According to Kashmir Media Service, 86 years old Maulana Abbas Ansari, who was also the chairman of Ittihadul Muslimin, spent years behind bars for his relentless struggle for right to self-determination of the Kashmiri people. At the beginning of the present phase of the Kashmir freedom struggle in 1989, he, along with Sayyid Ali Gilani and other Hurriyat leaders, launched the freedom struggle from the All Parties Hurriyat Conference platform. Illegally detained senior All Parties Hurriyat Conference leaders Shabir Ahmed Shah and Naeem Ahmed Khan in their messages from New Delhi's Tihar jail, while Mirwais Umar Farooq, Agha Sayyid Hassan Al-Musawi Al-Safwi and Sayyid Bashir Andrabi in their statements in Srinagar expressed profound grief and sorrow over the death of Maulana Abbas Ansari. They highlighted the deceased's matchless sacrifices in the Kashmir's ongoing freedom struggle. On the other hand, the Kashmiris on both sides of line of control and the world over will observe October 27 as a Black Day to convey a strong message to India as well as the world that they reject New Delhi's illegal occupation of their motherland. It was on 27th October in 1947 when Indian troops had invaded Jammu and Kashmir and occupied it in total violation of the partition plan of the subcontinent and against the Kashmiris' aspirations. Call for the observance of the day has been given by the All Parties Hurriyat Conference. Meanwhile, goons of Rashtriya Samajwadi Sangh and Bharatiya Janata Party set on the fire a mosque in Tarzu area of Sopore in Baramulla district last night. At least 2 people were injured and several houses were damaged as the fire engulfed the surroundings. 6 Palestinians were martyred and 20 others injured today in raids by Israeli forces in the occupied West Bank. The Palestinian Health Ministry said Israeli forces martyred 5 Palestinians and injured another 19 in Nablus, while 1 Palestinian was martyred near Ramallah. Amnesty International has called on the International Criminal Court to investigate possible war crimes following the unlawful attacks committed during Israel's deadly assault on the Gaza Strip in August. In a recent report, Amnesty International said so far this year, at least 160 Palestinians have been killed by Israel forces in the occupied West Bank and Gaza Strip. The United Nations interim force in Lebanon has reaffirmed its strong commitment for creating space for a political and diplomatic solution between Lebanon and Israel. In a statement, UNIFIL Chief Orlando Lazaro said, "We continually urged Lebanon and Israel to reach an agreement over another crucial point of contention." In the ICC Men's T20 World Cup, chasing a victory target 158 against Sri Lanka at Perth, Australia were 12 for no loss in 2 overs a short while ago. Batting first, Sri Lanka scored 157 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in allotted 20 overs. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most plain areas, while cold in northern Balochistan, including upper parts of the country, during the next 12 hours. However, light rain is expected in Gilgit-Baltistan. To end the news, here are the headlines once again. Prime Minister is addressing Saudi Future Investment Initiative Summit in Riyadh at the moment. Shehbaz Sharif has assured the nation of impartial and transparent investigation into the brutal killing of Arshad Sharif through a judicial commission. China welcomes Financial Action Task Force's decision of removing Pakistan from its grey list. Veteran Hurriyat leader, ex-chairman, All-Party Hurriyat Conference and chairman Ittihadul Muslimin Maulana Abbas Ansari passed away in Srinagar today. Israeli forces martyred 6 Palestinians in raids in the occupied West Bank today. In the ICC Men's T20 World Cup at Perth, Sri Lanka has set a victory target of 158 runs for Australia. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.